Streamline recommends Pose as the new show you should watch this week. The FX show premieres on June 3rd. This is yet another Ryan Murphy project, but also may be his last for the Fox company. Murphy will start creating shows for Netflix soon. Pose is set in late 1980s New York City and portrays the multiple dominant cultural worlds of that era. Tycoon characters get juxtaposed with the ball scene. Like many Murphy projects, the show is fun but often heartbreaking. You can watch the trailer below. And in the navigation bar above, you can choose specific recommendations for series streaming on Netflix, Hulu and Amazon. Pose is the new TV show to watch this week. Other notable new shows this week: Arrested Development on Netflix. Season 5 Part 1. Debuted May 29th. Read more below. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt on Netflix. Season 4 Part 1. Debuted May 30th. Read more below. Succession on HBO. Season 1. Debuts June 3rd. Recent shows that also are decent: The Americans on FX. Season 6. Cobra Kai on YouTube Red. Season 1. Howard's End on Starz. Miniseries. The Last OG on TBS. Season 1. Legion on FX. Season 2. The Looming Tower on Hulu. Lost in Space on Netflix. Season 1. Read more at the Netflix Streamline. National Treasure, Kiri on Hulu. Picnic at Hanging Rock on Amazon Prime. Miniseries. The Rain on Netflix. Season 1. Read more at the Netflix Streamline. Silicon Valley on HBO. Season 5. The Terror on AMC. Season 1. Fida on Starz. Season 1. 3% on Netflix. Season 2. Assorted streaming news. Roseanne got cancelled. Read more at the Netflix Streamline newsletter. Streamline now has a weekly newsletter. If you want streaming news and recommendations like this in your inbox on Saturdays, you can subscribe here. The weekly Streamline ranking of all TV every week. Streamline ranks the best shows to watch right now. Besides the overall ranking here, Streamline has a ranking specifically for Netflix. The ranking prioritizes newness, quality and potential mass appeal. Read below the list for a more elaborate explanation of the methodology. For the weekend of June 2nd, Killing Eve tops the list for the second time. The season ended last Sunday. The finale was as strange and surprising as I had hoped. That show will almost certainly be in the top 5 best shows of the year. Atlanta and Barry also stay in the top 3 for one more week, since they, too, will likely be in that eventual top 5. 4 new shows enter the list this week, which is far more than usual. You have a ton to stream this weekend. Hope this helps. BBC America. Killing Eve, BBC America Season 1 Finale, May 27, 2018. The 5-word plot: offices and assassins' lives intertwine. Pro: very strong balance between whimsical humor and violent action. Strong, relatable character dialogue within the quick-moving storylines. Con: the premise becomes a bit too unbelievable with almost comic book-like characters. HBO. Barry, HBO Season 1 Finale, May 13, 2018. The 5-word plot: hitman wants to become actor. Pro: Bill Hader just may be the country's funniest actor right now. This show has a creative premise and actually pulls it off. Con: the humor might be too niche to be broadly successful. FX. Pro: this show is easily one of the most creative and straightforwardly funny projects of the last few years. Multiple actors are stars on the rise. Con, very occasionally, it will rely on weirdness instead of being truly clever. Eric Leibowitz, Netflix. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Netflix Season 4, Part 1 release, May 30, 2018. The 5-word plot: woman slowly finds her way. Pro, this might have the most solid jokes per minute of any show out there right now. As this show comes to a close, it's still as strong as ever. Con, episodes are probably slightly too long and often could use some tightening. The humor can be overly zany for long stretches in which it fails to ground itself to make the jokes work. Here's the trailer. FX. Pose, FX Season 1 Finale, TBA. The 5-word plot: New York life in 80s. Pro, this show balances displays of lavish decadence and thrilling performances with nuanced portrayals of finding the importance of friends and family. It's fun and heart-wrenching. Con, the strongest moments are the energy of the ball sequences. It's still unclear whether the show will be able to sustain that energy for many episodes through the same setting. Here's the trailer. HBO. Succession, HBO Season 1 Finale, TBA. The 5-word plot: family members fight over business. Pro, it's rare to have an exciting show these days that's mostly centered around adults just talking. The writing is strong enough here, though, making this thrilling to watch. Con, given the current political climate, you might be out on watching rich people do very rich people things or find it difficult to have empathy for the characters. Here's the trailer. Eddie Chen, Netflix. Pro, one of the most accurate portrayals of contemporary young adult life. Also has a lot to say about the resurgence of vocalized racism in America, and does so with nuance. Con, directing choices don't always allow the characters to be believable, but this heavy-handedness still kind of helps emphasize important points. Hulu, George Kraychuk. The quality is high in all standard categories such as writing, acting, directing, etc., while also being inventive. Con, this can be hard to watch given the intensely grim subject matter. Showtime. Patrick Melrose, Showtime mini-series finale, June 9, 2018. The 5-word plot: rich addict tries to recover. Pro, a solid mix of comedy with anguish and depressing lows, dressed up in expensive settings, gives this a complex appeal. Critics are also saying this is one of Benedict Cumberbatch's finest performances. Con, it's yet another complicated man story in which the protagonist tries to find happiness with heavy drinking. You might already be done with that trope. Saeed Adiani, Netflix. Pro, the original iteration of Arrested Development, is one of the best shows of all time. The new jokes are still strange and unique after all these years. Con, this is probably the worst season. Characters used to make some sense, but now everyone is a cartoon character. Plus, the whole Jeffrey Tambor controversy hangs over this. Here's the trailer. A note on ranking methodology: Streamline recommendations do not include reality shows, game shows, awards shows, news shows and other programs that aren't streaming online. Along with HuffPost's own research, watching countless hours of TV, Streamline opinions are informed by critical reviews from publications like The New York Times, Vulture, The AV Club, The Ringer and Collider, and aggregators like Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic. Shows can appear on the main list for 2 months after their most recent season's final episode. Shows that debut all episodes at once will also be eligible for only 2 months. If broadcast shows want a chance at showing up on the main list, they should make their episodes easily available to stream. Download.